Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. This is a video I've wanted to make for a little bit. The title, My Server Rules. A little bit of play on words there because my server definitely does not rule. So this is just about the rules we have on our server. So I took a lot of heat. A few days ago, I made a video, and during it, in the middle, there was people asking questions about subsidies and rules on the server. We've had some changes in rules. So I wanted to go over this and just give you guys a full explanation of how our server has rules, how we came to them, what they are, and why I think they're fair. And I think majority of servers have something similar to this. There are some that are completely full nap. They don't play kill event. They allow whoever wins a sub to have the sub. They share throne even with people who don't have Wonder 1, all sorts of things like that. Then there's some servers who just have like the tyranny at the top, and that person or that alliance sets everything. They hold throne all the time. They don't share. People are scared to play SVS. That sort of stuff. There's consequences, if you go in SVS and you are negative, sometimes your alliance will lose their hive for a week or something like that. Those sort of stuff mostly appear in Continent 1. So we'll go over what we have. We are Continent 2, closer to Continent 3 than we are to Continent 1. So probably a long time to continue on Continent 2, I would imagine, but you never know because sometimes Evony does merges quickly. So anyways, let's go over to what our rules are. And one thing I want to show why I delayed, I just want to show you guys. Some people are like, you turned your server into a bubble or burn server. Like, no, I didn't. You can look at all the cities that have no bubble. No one attacks. This alliance tends to have more bubbles than others, but they do have a good amount of fair-sized keeps that don't have a bubble. And go over to some of the other alliances just to give you a fair picture. So lots of bubbles down, good-sized people. And, whoa, okay, so this guy's over in this alliance right now. Interesting. Anyways, didn't know he changed like that. He was solo, but so you can see bubbles down. Anyways, let's get to what rules we have. So first one, this is a guy in the second biggest alliance, all-star on the server as well. So this was discussed with him and the third alliance also. So before that, we did have top 7 alliances, and there was a vote. And to me, I changed that. I didn't think that was fair to both players and alliances. I'll show you why. So now we basically, I guess it's top 3. It hasn't really been set in stone, but for me, I just wanted consistency. There were different rules going around server. People saying, these are the rules I play by. Some people saying rules need to be voted on by 7 alliances. So to me, this is our 7 alliances. So, what happens if Russia one day passes NES? Or does Russia never get a vote? Because, this isn't the United Nations. We've got to include Russia, right? So, anyways, they pass them and then NES doesn't get a vote the next day? Someone can change alliances just to move somebody up? What if one of our top Monarch players goes solo? 2 people do. Now they get a vote, but previously they didn't get a vote. So if we look here, when do we even see the third player from the third alliance? So there's one at 18. There's a couple more at 24, 25. But you can see where I'm getting at. All the people are in a couple alliances. So we're going to let them get outvoted by, in Evony terms, farm alliances. So let's get back to our rules. Nap. If it's not KE, we nap full time, including at the end of SVS. I think there's about 6 hours left till server reset, so we keep a nap. No tile hitting, pyramids, barbarians. Man, we still get people. Evany seemed to say that they fixed that pyramid issue where 2 people could send at the similar times, and the second person would bounce off. That's what Evony said would happen with this change, but it's still the same thing where First person there ends up getting a defense report from the second person going with an attack. So, I guess accidents or fake accidents are still happening. 3, subsidies. So basically during KE, you can take subsidies, and previously you could not. Previously, KE was kind of voted on once a week. Sometimes it was if we won SVS or lost SVS, that would be the result if we had KE the next weekend. So it's just consistent now. We have KE all the time. Prepare people. You just have to put a bubble on for 3 days, once a week on the weekends. Get them, nice and consistent all the time rather than people asking every week, is there KE or not? Subsidies can now be taken during kill event. Previously, they could not. I wanted this. One of the reasons I wanted this was I don't feel like you get a subsidy and you just own it for life. I also don't like seeing subsidies sitting on alts or people who quit and the alliance just won't remove them from the alliance just to protect the subsidy for no other reason. And that's it. So this weekend was actually, I thought, very productive. There were lots of subsidies that changed hands from dead players. And actually, this alliance right here probably stole the most subs out of anybody. And that's good. And one thing that they did, they would wait for someone to turn it into an NPC city, and then they'd speed in and take it, which is very smart and a good skill to learn. We had terrible ability to take subs. I watched laughing. Sometimes I helped out. People so slow, sending one attack at a time. People taking it, not ghosting, then getting hit. But they learned. And by the end of KE, I thought these skills improved greatly. And there were more strategies being done to take them and get them successfully to the alliance. These are good skills that need to be learned, that haven't been learned on the server. Now, the other controversial one that probably caused most of the discontent in the comments was actually got quite a few emails in my inbox here too saying they weren't happy with our rules and I'm a tyrant. But basically, other people wanted every single sub event in this event to be up for grabs. This event here. So every single sub people wanted on our server to fight for it for 10 minutes. I changed it and said only Japan and Russia. My reasoning was, hey, if people are just farmers and they get lucky and they want to win and they want to play, I don't care if they keep their Chinese and Korean and Arab subs. But for me, for the server to improve, PvP subs should go to people who play PvP, people who know how to take a sub, have skills, know how to capture it quietly. Either join a big alliance and get reinforcements, or use an alt, ghost, or your main and ghost if you can, that sort of stuff. Do it when people are offline, change the names, different things like that, little skills that need to be learned. Anyways, no subs were stolen during sub event. It's very difficult to do. But I do think that people should experience that 10 minutes of heartbeat and playing, and actually you could lose something. I think there's something that goes with that. You could play Battlefield and practice all you want, but everything heals at the end, and you don't actually get that live game experience. Hive, 100 kilometers. This really isn't adhered to. It's very close. You can look at the number 2 alliance here, and they are right around 100. It says 99 on mine, and I'm closer in the hive to them than our main building. But everyone speeds to the key monsters these days, so is that really important, the location? I don't know. My thought on not enforcing this is basically, I said, let's just, if people want to gem monsters and run out of speeds, let's just do it. See who has more speeds, run it out, and then we can negotiate. Because to be honest, and I do agree, some other people's opinion was, we can move hives all we want, but if everybody's just racing to them anyways, what's it matter where we are? I agree. So maybe in the future, when people exhaust their speeds, then you could spread out, and there could be some sort of geographic advantage to where you're located on the map. Number 5, high-level monsters, more than 67 million, so that is C1, Cerberus 1 and up. Rally them. There is There is a little bit of, on Ymir days, I don't mind if people solo them, different things like that. Solo at night 2 or 3, I don't care. On non-Ymir days, it is a big deal. I wanted to have it in the rules, like different rules for different days. They thought it was too complicated, and it probably is. We have a lot of languages on the server, just like many others. So we just keep it strict. And the people who have the ability to solo those bosses, they're probably going to do it smartly and efficiently anyways. Like, I'm not going to go 500 kilometers away to solo a C1, but yeah, on Ymir days, if I see a few, in these sort of areas, 40, 50, I'm going to clear the map and get rid of them so that more Ymirs can spawn. What else we got here? 6, we have a king's rotation among the top 3 alliances. I actually changed that. You can see at the bottom. Any alliance that someone has Wonder 1, they can have throne. Okay? So that's it. So any alliance with Wonder 1 will get throne. And I actually said that they can go negative as they want. We're not a competitive server. We are really bad at SVS. We lose all the time. So for the time being, who cares if people go negative and get their wings? Kind of inspired a little bit by Freedom's video a long time ago. He said people are fearful. I can't remember what it was, but get over your fear of SVS or PvP, something like that. And basically he said, like, how are people going to learn to play if we have all these restrictions on them and we're yelling at people and punishing them for their first time playing? So I agree. Just go out, play, learn, and the free market will dictate it. If you go negative too many times, you're going to lose your troops because you're not going to have souls. And if people want to spend money and recover and heal and play, hey, let them spend their money, right? They'll learn how to play, or they'll get tired of spending money. So go negative all you want. Doesn't bother me. You get Wonder 1, you can have it. Now, a little caveat to that. If we're up with an hour left and someone decides to go get wings, please just do it efficiently at a more opportune time. 7, purge 1 hour before. That's it. It used to be 2 hours. I got it changed to 1 hour. I actually wouldn't mind it being half an hour, like my old server. Just let people farm longer if they want, and it's not hard. People either know how to recall half an hour before, 2 hours before. That's it. If you put 1 day, you're still going to get some idiots who leave troops in relics. So it doesn't really matter as long as you have an efficient team clearing the server. So those are our rules. Another thing that was proposed for full nap was don't give nap to anyone in the 7 and down alliances. So only the top 6 would get it, and that would force players to merge into the top 6 if they wanted to be part of a nap and not have to have a bubble. But I said that would just be too confusing because, like I said in our alliance rankings here, so what happens one day someone passes someone and then someone says, well, I referred to the alliance power ranking and they weren't top 6, but those people didn't have a chance to log in and put bubble on. So I just said full nap for everybody. And let's see how these rules go for a while, have them for a few months, and we can look and see if the progress was achieved. Because I think everybody feels we have way too many alliances on the map. I could just go around and show you quite a few of them. Every SVS we have, everybody's like, wow, you guys have so many alliances. Why? And I don't get it because some of them don't even play Battlefield. So I'm not sure what some sub. I'm not sure why people won't merge, because usually the big things are who will be R5, who will what time will Battlefield be, and that usually dictates if a merge will be successful or not. But anyways, Genghis, let me know what you guys now think of our server rules now that I have told you the reasoning behind all of them. And we are not a bubble or burn server. It is a friendly server. I would just like somewhat more of a competitive atmosphere on server. That's the rationale behind some of them. I'm not the one stealing them. I do help teammates take them, but of course, why wouldn't I want teammates to have better stuff when they're helping me find monsters all day and by going to battle with me? So anyways, like, subscribe, leave a comment.